Hello everyone, I'm Jeff Standley with Standley and Crafted, and we are back in the dungeon. As you can see, not a whole lot has been going on here. Still basically going through trying to figure out what I want to do with the walls. So it's going to be looking like this for probably the next week or two as I kind of figure out things and basically what I want to do with the wall behind me. So I've got everything set up. I've been making candles in here, been doing some of the videos in here, and of course it will come together over the next couple weeks. But aside from all this, what I wanted to talk about is a subject that comes up quite a bit in the videos and of course in the DIY candle making Facebook group that I run over on Facebook, and that is how do you deal with upset customers, a defective product, and basically returns in general when you're dealing with anything that you sell. Now this is a topic that of course everybody deals with, but it's not something that I've had to deal with a ton up until recently. And for me, I always handle all these things the exact same way. So if something comes up, if I sell a candle that isn't up to somebody's expectations or needs or wants, or a scent really isn't off or anything like that, I pretty much offer full refunds, returns if the candle hasn't been burned. And of course, basically take all these on a one-on-one basis, but try to make the customer as happy as possible. Because ultimately I want them coming back, I want them pleased with the product, because depending on how you handle yourself and your business is gonna be your ultimate downfall or your own success. And if you've been a part of the Facebook group for any length of time, and if you aren't a member of the Facebook group, I've included a link in the video description down below. So definitely jump over there, sign up for the group. There's a lot of good discussions going on about candles, products, branding, returns, just like we're gonna talk about today, and anything around that. And there are a lot of really good candle makers in there with some really good advice. But like I was saying, there are some people in there who have shown what they've done and how they handle customers, and you're gonna run the spectrum between good customer service and bad customer service. So it's definitely a good idea to really pay attention to these things so that you can best handle yourself if you ever get in a situation where you have to deal with a customer who's not happy with the product. And for the most part, this isn't going to be something that you're going to deal with a ton unless you're just selling a product that you're not fully testing, you're not looking into it, you're not thinking about everything that goes into it as far as proper wick placement, the stuff that goes in them. If you're doing something like putting herbs and crystals on top of your candles and you don't test those things, you're going to run into some issues. But even aside from those, you're absolutely going to run into somebody down the line that just picks a scent from your store and just ends up not liking it. I know for me personally, if somebody doesn't like a scent that I offer, they get it to the house, as long as they haven't burned the candle, then I'm more than willing to just send them a replacement, send them a return label, and just get everything cleared up so they can get the candle that they want and like from me. Now, if a candle has been burned, that's probably the one thing that I have in my return policy or refund policy. If a candle's already burned and it's like a few layers down or even halfway down or anything like that, I don't offer returns or refunds on anything like that, because for me personally, if you didn't like the scent going into it, burning it wasn't going to make it any better. So that's probably the one kind of asterisk I have on my return or refund policy. But for anything else, and the main part of this video, on basically why I'm making this video, is if they do get a product that is defective, me personally, I try to bend over backwards and make sure that that's right for everything. And specifically what I'm talking about is these new picture stickers that I just started selling probably about 5 or 6 months ago. If you haven't seen these, I'll show the video. And they're basically stickers that go inside of a melting pitcher, and they're just a guideline to where if you're using a Presto pot or pouring wax inside of this, it gives you a marker all the way down, and it goes on the inside, and it gives you a marker between ounces and grams so that you can fill up your wax to a certain level, you know exactly where it is. And I know a ton of people on this channel, and of course in the DIY Facebook group, a lot of people have bought these stickers, and a lot of people are very happy with these. So if you have bought these stickers and they went wrong for you, please pay attention to this video, because I offer a full replacement if they did go bad for you. And that's exactly what I wanted to talk about in this video today. So for me, I came up with these probably about 8 or 9 months ago. I thought it would be a good idea, started to look around at a bunch of different companies that make this sticker. And of course, being that it is a sticker, you can't just put any basic sticker on the inside of a pitcher and have like harsh chemicals, oils, and wax that's up around like 200, 210 degrees, because most stickers will just peel off. So what I had to do was go to a bunch of different companies and find out who makes a sticker that's going to withstand heat, chemicals, pretty much anything, basically real heavy abuse, because they're going to be on the inside of those melting pitchers. And that's exactly what I did. I went through and I researched a bunch of different companies. I got a bunch of different samples, and I took their samples, put them on the inside of a pitcher, tested them for probably 7 or 8 batches, really going through, scrubbing them with kitchen scrubbers, and I have a video showing all this. And I finally found a company that was going to make these stickers for me. So I went through, I ordered 1,000 of these, and told a couple candle makers about them, just kind of what I had coming in. They were really excited. So when they came in, I was absolutely thrilled. I put them, as you can see on the picture that I have right here, I put them on the inside, and I put probably 2 or 3, I think there's 3 of them on this one. So yeah, you can see in there, I've got 1 on this side and I've got 2 on this side. And I pulled these stickers from 2 different batches that I had made. It was 2 500-piece rolls of this sticker. And that picture right there, I've had those stickers in there for probably, I'd say probably 7 months now, 6, 7 months. I'd have to like think about how far that goes back, but I got those stickers in there, pulled 3 of them and put them on the inside of that picture, and then started testing as heavy as I could and throwing as much abuse as I could. I was taking the stirring spoon, I was scratching the inside of it. You can see in one of the previous videos I went through, I was using like a real hard green scrubber that you have in any kitchen, scrubbing the inside of those. I've probably used that picture at least 100 times, filling wax, adding oils, everything like that. I've done soap in that one, I've done wax in that one, several different waxes. And as you can see, those, I have not changed those out once in the 7 months that I've been using them, and I tested them for probably a month, a real solid month before I actually put them on the website and started selling them. So after about a month, I put them on the website, announced them on a video here, I put them in the Facebook group, and I put them on my website, Instagram, pretty much everywhere. I blasted these things, and the sales of these started kind of rolling in. Everybody was real excited for them and sold a ton right off the bat, which of course I was thrilled with, just because so many people wanted them, so many people were excited for them, and it was basically going to help a lot of people who were measuring all their waxes. This is just like I said, just a real good guide so that you don't have to pay as close attention. You can just fill it up to a certain mark and you're good to go. And I'd say probably about 2 months went by, everything was perfect, it was going great. I was going through selling a bunch of these. I was on the way to ordering like a second batch of these when I got my first email, and it said that their stickers were kind of flaking. So, and what it was, well, they sent me a picture, and I'll go ahead and post some of these pictures. Some of the labels were starting to flake in a couple spots. And I replied back, and it was somebody I knew, so they had no problem reaching out to me. And they said, my labels are flaking. Do they normally do this? And I said, absolutely not. They definitely shouldn't be flaking. I've got the pot here. I've been using it for months now, and I've had no issues. There's not a single flake. So I was like, well, it could be just a random thing, maybe some oils or something. Maybe it was a wrong type of oil. I don't know what hit it, but I said, don't worry about it. I'll go ahead and send you some new labels, and we'll just move right on. I don't know what happened with this one, and didn't think too much of it past that. And then after probably a couple more weeks, a few more emails started to come in, and this time the emails, and I'll go ahead and post those pictures, the labels were basically peeling off completely. The first time they added hot wax to it, the entire black markings that are on these labels just peeled completely off. So of course, like, kind of shocked that they did this, especially since I've been using it for a couple months and I hadn't had a single issue. I really didn't know what was happening. And after 2, 3, 4, 5 more emails coming in with people having the same issues with these stickers, I definitely knew something was wrong. So I reached out to the manufacturer, sent them the pictures, and said, hey, like, some of these labels aren't holding up. I mean, these things are meant to be heat proof up to 600 degrees, chemical resistant, water resistant, I mean, wax resistant, everything. And the second somebody put 180 degree wax in there, the whole thing just peeled off. So he went back through, started looking at it, and then basically went through, saw what they did in the manufacturing process. And what had happened was, and basically somewhere in the process of making the first 1,000 of these, I'm not sure if it was just the wrong coating was put on, but basically something happened to where part of the batch that I ordered, the original 1,000, there were probably a good section of those that just didn't get the right coating. So they started to peel for a lot of people. So of course, any candle maker, anybody that makes their own products, seeing something like this, you instantly panic. And I just immediately went through and I was like, unbelievable. I was like, I didn't know how many of these were going to be affected. I had sold at this point a bunch to a bunch of people that trust my videos, trust my Facebook group, trust my advice, and were excited to get a product like this. And of course, you immediately go into thinking about damaging your brand. But I didn't think about that for too long before I said, I have to go through and replace every single one of these. It's the only thing I can do. I want people to see that this product is good. Like I said, I've been using that one for probably about 7 months now. I've put at least 100 different batches of oils in that picture specifically, and it still works perfect. There's not a single flake on this one. So I knew that the bulk of the labels were absolutely fine. And I also knew that if I replaced these, I would still have a happy customer at the end of this, and that's exactly what I did. So I jumped on Instagram, I jumped on the Facebook group, since that's where the majority of these were purchased, and I let everybody know. I showed them pictures of the good ones. I showed them pictures of labels that were going bad for people. And I said, if you purchase these labels for me and they're doing this, please let me know your order number, send me some pictures, and I will replace them free of charge, which was absolutely the right thing to do, because after that, I probably had, I'd say probably about 30 or 40 emails from people who sent me pictures of their labels doing exactly this. Now, I will say on top of those emails, I wasn't too bummed out that it was that many. I was actually happy that so many people reached out and said, yes, they're absolutely doing this to me, and they were more than happy to get a replacement. But I wasn't too disappointed with that number, because I know I had sold a lot more than that were working perfect. I had a bunch of people comment through the thread that said they've been using theirs for months and they're working perfect, which was incredible to hear, because you definitely don't want a product that you are selling to ultimately not work for people. So it was really nice to hear that a lot of people had their stickers working. And with everybody that sent me their pictures and their order number, I was able to get all those labels basically sent out to new people. The manufacturer sent me a brand new roll of the coated ones. So I was able to go through and replace as many of those as possible. Anybody that sent me those. And again, like I said, if you're watching this video now and your labels are doing this, please send me your order number, send me pictures of what they're doing, and I will absolutely replace them. I want you guys to have a product that's actually working for you and not ruining batches of candles. But having said all that, like, this is the right approach to handle something like this. I've seen some people, and I would never call anybody out, but I have seen some people handle customer service situations to where they say, sorry, it's on you. After they leave my house or when they go to your house, it's on you. I definitely don't feel like that, especially when this was my fault. Now, technically, it wasn't my fault. The manufacturer messed it up, but I'm the one that sells these. I'm the one that puts these out, and you are the ones buying it from me, so it's absolutely my fault. It falls on me. And of course, if I want to go through and save my face, my brand, my products, this is exactly what I would tell anybody to do. Jump on it quick, let people know that you're doing anything in your power to get them replaced, get them fixed, and have them a happy customer again. And I will say, for the most part, 99% of people that replied back said, hey, absolutely, I don't mind. Don't feel bad about the product kind of breaking down. It's just one of those things that happens. Now, of course, you do have a few customers, and I had one or two that were definitely upset. They definitely didn't want a replacement. I sent them anyways because I wanted them to see that these things did work. So if they use them or not, that's definitely up to them. But I tried as hard as possible to make sure that they got what they needed in return, which was a refund. And that's pretty much it with this video. I just wanted to get that out there. I wanted to put the sticker issue on kind of a much bigger platform than just the Facebook group, because I did have people buy those stickers based on the previous video who probably aren't in the Facebook group. So like I said in the video, if you bought some of these stickers and they are doing this to you, they're flaking or they're peeling, please let me know, send me your order number, and I will definitely send a new corrected set out to you. And of course, if you haven't seen the picture stickers, I have them on my website. I've got them in the large picture and the small picture, in both of them, and I do have them single and in a set, so if you wanted to get the small and the large together at a little bit of a discount, they're on my website at stanleyhandcrafted.com. And of course, if you want to follow me on any of the social media platforms that are out there, I've listed all of them in the video description down below: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, my website, and the phone number if you want to sign up for any of the text alerts with new products coming out. And not just my own products, but I try to let you guys know when new wax is in. So if a candle supplier gets a new oil that goes quick, I try to find that stuff out, send a text to everybody that says this oil is back in stock, this wax is back in stock, this vessel is back in stock, so jump on it quick. So if you want to sign up for that, the number is 253-303-7968. And of course, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and thank you for watching.